Good evening. I want to share with you a brief update from tonight's Norfolk PTA meeting. I am Sharice Newsom, your Norfolk PTA president, and one of the things we talked about tonight was an early release day strategy that some local school divisions are using to address teacher stress, teacher burnout, teacher shortages, and other challenges related to the COVID-19 pandemic. The T in PTA stands for teachers. So the Norfolk PTA supports teachers and wants to ensure they have what they need to succeed so that ultimately children will be successful. The pandemic has affected schools in ways none of us could even imagine. Likewise, families also have been impacted by the pandemic, and the proposal that is coming before the school board on this Wednesday seeks to address these challenges. So I want you to go to npsk12.com and check out the school board tab and look at the agenda for the meeting, read through the proposal. The very basic general summary, as I understand it, is that there are currently some early release days scheduled and that there could potentially be a change to the school calendar, whereas these currently scheduled early release days would be stretched out to regular full school days. And then the calendar would be shifted or adjusted a little bit to therefore include other days that would now be designated as teacher work days. And on those days, students presumably would be working asynchronously or working from home, learning virtually, but not in the buildings, so that teachers or not in the classrooms, I should say, so that teachers would have that specific time devoted to planning and doing other educational tasks. So the Norfolk PTA supports teachers. We also support families, and we believe that the best outcomes for students are achieved when everyone is working collaboratively. Parents want and deserve to be heard. We want to be involved and informed and engaged and to work together on solutions for schools. We want to make sure that we are in tune. So that's why, parents, I'm encouraging you to go to the school board website and do your best to try to tune in if you can. If you can't, know that a Norfolk PTA representative will be tuned into the meeting. We're definitely going to try to have a representative there as well to just watch the meeting and provide updates as best as possible. And I want you to feel free to engage your school leaders. That's what we do as your advocates. We have reached out to school leaders to invite engagement. We have reached out to leaders of teacher organizations in the city because, again, we believe in listening and learning and working together and having a good understanding of what's going on. And so that is possible when we reach out. We've also reached out to parents through a survey. So if you're on our email listserv, you've gotten that survey that asks what you think about these strategies. So please fill out that survey if you haven't already. Send us your email address if you like a copy of that survey that we send out to our PTA members. So there are many strategies that can be used to address the needs of schools. We also have to be mindful that any changes to school calendars and school schedules will affect families. And so at a time when families are so desperately wanting consistency, a change to schedules could impact their routines. And while that certainly may be understandable, we want to be informed and we want to be involved. There were questions tonight about how a schedule change would impact students, many of whom who are already struggling, students who have fallen behind due to the pandemic and quite frankly need more instructional time and more instructional support. How would a schedule change impact them? For students with special needs, how would a schedule change impact them? For parents who would therefore need childcare, especially for young children, or who may have difficulty affording childcare because they have to work, how would this schedule change impact them? What support and resources are available to help parents in those situations, to help students who are struggling and need more instructional support from qualified teachers? All very good questions that were raised tonight, questions that parents deserve answers to. And as your Norfolk PTA, we're going to pursue those answers and we're going to reach out because engagement is so important. Tune into that school board meeting. We're going to provide you updates as best as possible. Remember to pace yourselves. We have persevered this far and we'll get through this. Just remember that we're in this together.